so many products I am loving that are Yahoos, and yes, so many products that I am not loving that are boos. Yahoos and boos are my rendition of favorites and not so favorites, and I have more boos than I normally do. So let me start with a Yahoo, because it's always better to start on a positive note. I tried this brush. This is from e.l.f. If you've been watching me for any time, you know that I love the e.l.f. Putty Primer. This is just a really good primer for filling in all those pores. Do I think it fills it in completely? No, because I don't think anything does. But this brush, I think, is just a really fun way to be able to apply it without getting your fingers in it. I'm not a huge fan of using my fingers for makeup. I just don't like the feeling. It's just a preference I have. You can totally use your fingers for this. But this gets right in there, and I like it because it gets right into the crevices, and I can just do it real quick and put it away, and I don't have to wash my hands or anything. It does have this like scooper thing that you're supposed to be able to like go into the putty primer itself and then scoop it out. I don't think it's needed, so I don't use it for this at all. Maybe you might like it to be able to not put your fingers in it at all to scoop it out. I don't know if you put it on your hand. I don't know. I don't know how you would use it. I just don't use it. So this is definitely a Yahoo. Okay, while we're on the subject of primers, I'll show you a boo. I got this from Revolution. It's called Hydrate. It's just their primer. It says it's hydrating. It says nothing in it about it being glowy or, glowy or shimmery or anything like that. Yet, when I put this on me, it has these little flecks of glitter, I guess at what it is. It's supposed to, I guess, give you a better shine. I don't know. But it doesn't do that. And I just end up like picking it off my face. I'm like, why are these on there? At first I couldn't even figure out where it was coming from. And then I finally figured out it was this. And it says nothing about it in the description, at least the description I read. The primer itself was great, but I don't want glitter all over my face. So this is definitely a boo. For those of us who are of mature age, which is predominantly most of you who are watching this, you might be getting some hot flashes, and I get them constantly. So one of the things that just has sustained me are fans, of course. And this little fan I got off of Amazon, and I gotta tell you, this has been a lifesaver. I bought it actually by mistake at first. I bought it for my office desk so that when I'm having a hot flash at my office, I can just turn it on. And I wanted something that was just easy to turn on. Before I had a fan that had a toggle switch down here, but then I have to like reach over and find the toggle switch, which drove me nuts. So I wanted one that could easily be turned on and off. And this one has just a switch right here, and I can just go like that. And it has 3 speeds. And it surprisingly gives a really good blowing. It blows really good. Just even with the first one, I very rarely have to turn it up higher because it's right there in front of me. What I mean by when I bought it by mistake, and if you follow me on Instagram, you might remember when I did this, I ordered it and I didn't read the dimensions. So when I ordered it, I thought I was getting like a fan that was like this big. And I thought, okay, I'll put it in the corner of my desk and it'll sit off to the side and I'll turn it on when I need it. And then this little thing showed up. I was like, oh, and it's plastic and it looks like it's a piece of junk. But I gotta tell you, this is not a piece of junk. It works wonderfully. And I actually bought a second one for my makeup table because I get them there as well. And I may actually get a third one to sit at my desk here at home. But this thing is really good. It's powerful, yet it's small, and I think it's cute actually. So I do think that this is absolute Yahoo. Some of you may know that my absolute favorite foundation was the Neutrogena Healthy Foundation, which has now been discontinued. I still have a bottle and I'm using it through, but it absolutely is discontinued. You can kind of get some shades on their website, but that's pretty much it. I guess there is some on Amazon. But I do need to find a new foundation that I like. And so I've been trying to find some. Now, one foundation I had been hearing good things about is the CoverGirl and Olay foundation. I'll put a picture somewhere in here because I've actually returned it. So you obviously know this is a boo. I'd heard really good things about it, but what it did to me was just sit on my face. It didn't go in, and I could just see where, even with using a sponge, I could see where it just moved all over my face. And it just must be my skin, because I do think it probably is a really good foundation. It's just not for me. The foundation color, the shade I actually got 2 bottles, never worked, and they have very few shades, so that makes it also hard. So sadly, that one did not work for me. But, okay, so obviously that's a boo. But I did find one that has worked for me. I am actually surprised it worked for me. Morphe has come out with one, I guess it's just called number 2. If there's another name, there's no other name on this bottle. I will put it somewhere here so you know it. Okay, normally I don't like this kind of foundation. First of all, I don't like ones where you have to shake it. That kind of annoys me because I always forget to shake it. Secondly, it's very runny, like extremely runny. I don't want to drip this too much, but I will hope that's showing up. You can see how runny it actually is. Usually when it's that runny, it means it's going to just kind of settle in on my pores and my wrinkles immediately. So I thought, okay, well, I will try it. The problem is you can't try foundations. You can't swatch them. I mean, she tried swatching them. She couldn't do it on my face because I had a mask on, so she put it on my hand. Well, your hand really isn't a good indication, but it is what it is. So I bought 2 colors, hint of walnut and hint of almond. And I think mixing these are actually a really good color for me. I use a sponge when I'm putting it on like I normally do. And I actually think these things are good. They do not settle in on my pores, so I don't have the polka dot effect. I actually don't hardly have to set it. I do a little bit. I do on my lines up here. And I do around my nose, like my whole T-zone area and a little bit under my eyes. But my eyes, I also have concealer. This actually is a really good foundation for my skin. It is light to medium coverage. So it definitely is not going, if you've got a lot to cover, you're not going to like it. I think if you had oily skin, I don't think you would like it too much, but it's not very luminous or anything like that. I think it gives a skin-light finish. I'm wearing it today, and I did mix the 2, and I really am enjoying this. So far, so good. It's winter time, which is the hardest time for me to find a foundation that I like. So I am very optimistic about this. I will link it below. Clearly, this is a Yahoo. So the other day, I was doing my hair, I was blowing my hair dry, and my dryer broke. And so I had to go find a blow dryer from my daughter and find her. So I found her blow dryer. I used literally for about a minute, and it literally singed, completely burned my hair. In fact, you won't be able to see it, but I have about a little row of hairs up here that are about this long because it burned at that point. So it was so hot. I asked her, I'm like, why are you using a blow dryer? She goes, oh, that's happened to me before. I'm like, why are you using this thing? So I told her she had to get rid of it because I don't want her hair. I'm like, we will buy you a new blow dryer. So I went over to Ulta and I bought a new blow dryer, and it's the Rusk W8 less, so weightless. And it's a 2,000 watt blow dryer. And I was so excited because I love a blow dryer that gives a very good, strong blow dry. I don't know what you would call it, stream of blowing air. And I thought it would be great. And it does do that. And you might notice I'm not showing it because I've actually already returned it. Here's why I returned it, is because it was too hot again. The hot was way too hot. So then I went down to a cooler setting, but not cold, and it was way too cool. Even the warm setting was way too cool. So there was nothing in between that. And you do need it to be a certain amount of heat so that it will set your hair, like if you want it straight or in a curl. So I was just so frustrated. I couldn't stand it. So, okay. All that to say, that was a boo. That was definitely a boo. But Around the same time, I was contacted by the company Irresistible Me. You may remember that when I did the gifts for your adult daughter, my daughter used their hair extensions and they had sent them to her for her to try, and Rachel loves them. Well, they contacted me again and said, we have a new blow dryer. It's our Black Diamond blow dryer. Would you be interested in trying it? Well, I had just decided I needed to return this blow dryer that I had bought from Ulta. Irresistible Me sent me this blow dryer, and I gotta tell you, I actually love this thing. First of all, I love how small it is. I have arthritis in my hands, and so do many of you, because my channel is for women who are in their 50s or above. It's hard to keep holding a blow dryer while you're doing your hair for any length of time. It just gets tiresome. And this one is small. Do I think it's light? It's light. I don't think it's the lightest one I've ever tried. The Rusk one was definitely lighter. I like that it's small so I can hold it easier. It does have attachments, so of course I can push this on, get that nice, real directed stream to it. It actually has another one that's wider, so it goes, you know, kind of about that big, and it just pulls off when you want to use it like this. The price was good. It was on sale when I'm filming this. It is on sale, and I will give you a link directly to it. So if you're looking for a blow dryer that is of salon quality but not paying that high price, you might want to try the Irresistible Me one, because I think it's pretty good. So clearly this is a Yahoo. I swear sometimes I am the biggest klutz when I'm putting my makeup on, especially mascara. So I struggle so hard. I always get it on my eyes somewhere, no matter how hard I try. And I found this. It's called the Neutrogena, what is it, Makeup Remover Eraser Stick. It looks like this. And it's just a makeup remover in a stick, but it actually works. And I like it that it's so small, so if I get mascara underneath my eye or above my eye or something, I can just take it in this tiny little area and then just rub it off, and then I might have to replace some foundation or something like that. But it's oily, so it takes off waterproof mascara, and that's important. So I just think this is a great little thing to have in your makeup bin someplace close by in case you do make a mistake. You can just get rid of it right away, and this thing actually works. This is a Yahoo. Now I have a confession to make. I actually filmed this video before, and as I was editing it, I noticed my hair was sticking out half the time, and I had mascara that had smudged under my eye, and I was a train wreck. So I redid, well, I am redoing the whole thing. But there's one product in there that I can't show you because I decluttered it. Well, I threw it away as soon as I was done with that video, because I thought I was done. So I want to show you what I actually said about it. So I'm going to cut to that one, and you will see the smudge on my eye. My hair sticking up. I think it's on that one because sometimes it wasn't sticking up. I was a train wreck, so I decided to redo the whole thing. So let me cut to that. This will probably show up in my empties as well, but I tried the Neutrogena Healthy Scalp Clarify and Shine Shampoo, and there's only just a little bit left in here. My daughter Rachel and I tried this. It was okay. There's some, I think there's better clarifying shampoos. I don't think it made my hair feel all that clean. I'm sure it did more than just a regular shampoo, but it was okay. The thing I liked about it is that it is sulfate free, so that's good. It doesn't strip the color out of my hair, so that's what I'm always looking for. The thing that was really weird about it is the design of this thing is really hard for somebody who has arthritis, as I do in my hands. It just, the plastic in it was just too hard for me to squeeze it, and because I only had one way to squeeze it, instead of getting my hand around it this way, and it does this way, but my hands, I do not have strength. So that was one thing that really, I had to literally take it and like kind of squeeze it. It was just this weird thing. This was a really hard design. So I will not be repurchasing. This is definitely a boo. You guys know my love of CeraVe products. I think I have tried almost every single one, and the majority of them I love. But I'm going to show you one product that it's actually not a Yahoo or a Boo. It's kind of a maybe, and you just need to be careful how you use it if you have dry skin like me. It is called the Hydrating Cream to Foam Cleanser. Now clearly it says it's hydrating, so I thought, okay, this could be for me. It says it's for normal to dry skin, and I have normalish skin in the summer, but I have very dry skin in the winter, so I knew I needed to be careful. When I bought it, it was the only cleanser I had because I had run out of everything else. So I used this morning and night. At night, I would use it after I would cleanse all my makeup off. I would use this as my second cleanse, and then I would do my normal thing. I was fine for about 3 or 4 days, and then I started noticing how dry my skin was getting. And the only thing I had changed was this morning and night. So I went out and bought my normal hydrating cleanser from CeraVe, and this is for normal to dry skin as well. But the thing that's so good about this is that it's only a cream. Something that's important to know, when a product has a foam to it, it usually means it's a deeper cleanse. Therefore, it's probably stripping away your oils more. That's why someone who has oilier skin, or skin that's oily, likes it, because it definitely strips that oils away. But when you have dry skin, you just want to keep hold of all that oil as much as you can because you don't have very much of it. It's not good that it does that foam, but it's still not a very bad cleanser. I just changed how I used it. And I'm saying this, I hope this is making sense, because I don't know if it is. In the evening, I will do my regular taking off my makeup using a balm, some kind of balm. Right now I'm still using the Clinique Take the Day Off balm. Then what I do in the evening is I use the hydrating cream to foam, and I take off the second cleanse, and then I do my makeup. Then I do my regular skincare like I do for the evening. In the morning, instead of using this again, I go to the hydrating cleanser, and that's my cleanse in the morning, because I don't need to be as harsh. This is definitely one that's good for me, and it made it perfect. It's a perfect combination. This does a little bit deeper cleanse, and then this. Now, there is a trifecta of CeraVe. I still use the cleansing SA, the CeraVe Renewing SA Cleanser. SA stands for salicylic acid. I use this a couple times a week in the evening. The reason why I like this is because salicylic acid is an exfoliant, and I like to do that. I think this works better for my nose area, which I get some white heads in there, so I want to get those cleansed out. So kind of, now I have a trifecta of cleansers. Obviously, these are going to last me a really long time. I think they're well worth it. So I think you just need to choose which one. There's also a normal one for people who have oily skin. I don't have that one, of course. So this is kind of this is my maybe. I think that it's a good product. I just think you need to use it with care if you have very dry skin. Another product that I showed you guys as a gift to give your adult daughter is this Carousel. Can I just tell you how much I love this Carousel? I love this thing. It has been such a joy to put my makeup on in the morning when it's just all right there. So I put only my go-to things on there, and I did a little video to show you how I use it. I'll show you how I've organized mine a little bit. On the top is just a kabuki brush, a single eyeshadow, my eyelash curler, and my sponges. And then in this department, I have my mascaras, a couple, a brow product, and then some concealers. Underneath that is my brow products, some powders, blushes, bronzers, then spray and SPF. This is setting spray, sorry. Foundations, these are like puffs, and that's it. Now you can see I don't have my brushes in here. I guess supposedly you could use this for your brushes, but I don't like it for that. I like using this, and that's it. The only other thing I have that I use regularly in here is my primers, whatever primers I use. So that's really it. The other stuff is just stuff I might use when I want to use it. That is a Yahoo. Love this thing. Okay, so I will always admit when I need to change my mind about something. In fact, I did a whole video about products I'd changed my mind about. Well, I have an additional one. I told you guys about the Hydro Boost. It's from Neutrogena. It is their hydrating lip treatment. It looks like this. And it's just a balm in a pan like this. And I think the first one that I bought must have had something wrong with it, because as soon as I tried it, it had gritty stuff in it. And I was like, why does it have, I hated it. But I continued to use it till it was gone. And as I used it more and more, the grit went away and I was able to enjoy it in the end. So I thought, okay, maybe it was just a bad one. Let me try again. And it must have been because this has nothing gritty in it. I don't know what the grit was. That's kind of gross, but at least this one doesn't have it. I love this thing. I use it pretty much every morning before I put my makeup on. I just go ahead and put that on, and then I do the rest of my makeup. And then my lips are nice and hydrated before I put any lipstick on, if I'm using it. Because right now with masks, I'm not using lipstick very much. But at least it prepares it. And if I'm not going to put lipstick on, at least my lips are hydrated. Now, I don't take this with me in my purse. And the reason being is you have to use your finger. And now with everything going on and just the cleanliness of that, I don't want to put my finger when I've been out and about doing things and touching things in the public and things like that, or at work. So I only use this in the morning at home. I don't bring it into my purse. I'd rather take a lip balm where I can use it just like chapstick style. So at home, I'm loving this. This is definitely a Yahoo. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these products and your thoughts or things that are working great for you. I will see you in the next video. God bless.